of last year, I found myself at one of the most hardest economic periods of my own life, and decided that it was time for me to try and problem solve and try and figure out ways that I could sustain myself. And one of the things that I tried to do was apply for food stamps. And so one of my sheroes, Melissa Harris Perry, says, personal experience is a great place to generate hypothesis, but it's not the best place to test it. So we had to do some research and figure out what the situation was on the ground. And it turns out 1 million people are eligible, but currently not receiving public benefits in the city of Chicago. People reported waiting between 2 to 7 hours to find out whether they qualify. And so we wanted to get out there and try and figure out how we could help solve for this problem. But when you're trying to figure out how to solve for a problem, you have to go to the folks who are closest to the problem, right? Because the folks closest to the problem are closest to the solution. And so what we found after we partnered with the city and they were excited to actually integrate our tools into city-administered centers was that screening tools were powerful. They helped caseworkers focus less on paperwork and more on people. So instead of manually going through each program one at a time, they could sit down and do the things that a computer can't do, which is provide human compassion, empathize, and help elicit the root causes of poverty. And then in the course of our experiences and conversations, the city of Chicago called us and asked us to contract officially with the city to build out even more tools to help low-income families with young children between the ages of 0 and 5 find out if they're eligible for programs. Then after that, we started to build a tool that would help any program provider screen for their communities. But I'll say that it's a really cool experience that enables people who are really, really under stress, that work in the context of cities and nonprofits and a lot of human services organizations, not need to know how to code to be able to solve a problem within their organizations and to make their organizations work better, work faster, and work more efficiently. Because what's at stake in being able to do that is to get someone recovering from substance abuse or who has mental health challenges or is a single mom. What's at stake is that those folks can get closer to the benefits that they need to be able to accelerate their lives. And so our key takeaway for today is that we know that people don't live single issue lives. And so our challenge is to think about how can we build tools that enable people to screen for the multiple different challenges they have at once. So the health issues people may be facing, the food insecurity, the housing issues, and also the employment issues that people face. So I'm really, really excited to continue the work, and I thank you for sharing this time with me to hear all about it.